So you've bought yourself a ResMed AirSense 10. Congratulations. It's a reliable choice for CPAP therapy powered by ResMed's market-leading automatic therapy algorithm. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get fully set up and have you leaving feeling confident how to use the machine. So if that sounds good to you, then stick around. I'm going to start with the physical stuff, the unit, cords, tubing, and mask. First, let's take the unit from the case and plug the power cord into the back of the device in the smaller opening. The other end needs to go into a power block which plugs into the wall. Second, remove the clear plastic water chamber and open it up. You should fill the chamber up to the max line indicated with distilled water and close the lid. The chamber then slots into the side of the unit where it will provide moisture to the air that is delivered to your mask. The chamber should click when it goes in correctly. And to remove the chamber, squeeze the top and bottom of it and wiggle it free. You'll need to refill the chamber regularly, often every night, depending on the humidity setting. More on that in a bit. Next, take the tubing that comes with your unit. This will either be slimline tubing or climate line tubing, depending on which you purchased. If you bought the slimline tubing, this will go into the larger ring opening at the back of the unit. As it is circular, it doesn't matter which way it's orientated. The tube comes straight back out of the unit, so you'll need to place the unit somewhere with an open space behind. If you bought the climate line tubing, then you need to orient it so that the orange cuff and flat edge and chip line up with the orange markings and slot in the opening. Push the tube in until it clicks. Once securely in, the elbow joint can rotate, and since the elbow joint provides a 90-degree angle, less room is required behind the unit with the tubing connected. With the tubing attached to the unit, it's time to attach your mask to the other end. The tubing should simply push either directly into the base of the mask or into any tubing that is included as part of your mask. Your equipment is now ready to use. The top of the AirSense 10 has an on-off button that is used to start and stop therapy. The front of the unit has a screen and a dial that can be rotated to highlight options on the menu and then clicked in to select that highlighted option. Don't worry about the light from this screen, as it will darken when it detects that the ambient light is low, so it won't be distracting you during those important night hours. Now let's have a quick look at the menu. On the home screen, there are two choices, My Options and Sleep Report. Let's start by selecting My Options. For your first few nights, we recommend leaving all of these settings on Auto and On. Your therapy settings can't be adjusted from this menu, and it will also have been set up for you already according to your prescription. If you want more detailed information about the settings on the menu, you can click the link in the description for a full rundown. But here, I'll give you a quick overview. Auto ramp will mean your therapy starts at a lower level of pressure while you're falling asleep. Once you fall asleep, the algorithm will detect that and slowly increase the pressure over time until it reaches your therapy settings when you are safely asleep and less discomforted by it. The next setting, climate control, will only show if you have the climate line tubing attached. On Auto, the unit will detect the temperature in your room and adjust the temperature of the heating plate in the humidifier and the tube itself to ensure you get the correct amount of moisture to your mask without condensation forming in the tube, a condition sometimes referred to as rainout. Related to that is the humidity level setting. This option also shows when using the non-heated slimline tubing. On Auto, the unit algorithm will adjust the humidity amount automatically according to your breathing patterns and ambient factors. The mask option is where you will need to select the kind of mask that you're using. This is so the various automatic algorithms the unit uses are tailored to your mask type. There are three options here. Pillows are for masks that go over the nose and have protrusions that go into the nostrils, like this. Full face is for masks that cover both the nose and the mouth, like this. And nasal is for masks that cover the nose but do not protrude into the nostrils, like this. So select the appropriate option here if it is not already selected for you. After these comfort settings, there are options you can run to help you make sure that you're using your device as intended. First, there is a mask fit option. If you put on your mask, you can run this program to make sure that the seal is good and that it doesn't leak. A green face means that the seal is good. A red face means that there are leaks. So adjust the headgear and tightness until you get a good seal. Finally, there is an option to run a warm-up. This option will heat the humidifier plate so that the water is nice and warm, ready for delivering moisture to the air as soon as therapy begins. It's best to run this about 30 minutes before you want to sleep. Otherwise, the air will lack moisture when you start therapy, while the humidifier warms up, and over this time, you can end up with a dry mouth and airways, which is unpleasant. More information on humidification and its importance can be found in a video linked in the description. Now, back to the root menu, and let's go to the second option on the screen, the sleep report. When you sleep, your device will record and store data about your sleep. On this screen, you can view that data and make some adjustments about the period of data displayed. This data is what your sleep clinician or doctor will be analyzing to adjust your therapy and determine its effectiveness. And if you want to know where this data is stored, it's kept on an SD card that sits in a slot on the side of the unit. To access that card, lift the flap on the left side of the unit, and you can then click in and click out the card like this. If your doctor wants to view your sleep data, you will either need to give this card to them directly, or you'll need to insert it into a computer and upload the data to the cloud and provide them with access. This slightly outdated mode of data transfer is where the AirSense 10 gets its new name, Card to Cloud. Unfortunately, as the AirSense 10 Card to Cloud lacks a modem, it cannot connect to a cellular network or Wi-Fi system. This means it won't work with the My Air app ResMed offers for smartphones. To view your data, either use the sleep report on the machine or upload your data to a web-based data service including My Air or a third-party option like Oscar. Further info on this, you've guessed it, is in a video link in the description. Also, as there's no modem, clinicians can't make remote adjustments to your device settings either. This is something you'll need to do yourself or take directly to them. But you don't need to worry about your data for now, and everything is set up and ready for your first nights of sleep. Once you've had a few nights with your equipment, there are some accessories that could be worth considering. If you didn't get the climate line tubing and you find water collects in your tube, it might be worth upgrading to avoid this, as having water sloshing around in the tube comes with health and comfort risks. Or another popular accessory for CPAP therapy is the Levility Paptizer that can sterilize all your CPAP equipment at the push of a button with the power of UVC light. We've done a video on my top 5 must-have accessories that you can check out if you want to up your CPAP game. But at the end of the day, even without any further gadgets, you have your AirSense 10 set up and installed, and you're no doubt looking forward to getting some restful sleep and boosting those depleted energy levels. Subscribe to the channel for more advice for new users, and from all of us here at RespShop, good night and sleep tight. Bye-bye for now.